Well, this morning, police in Wheat Ridge are investigating a homicide, but there was very little information about what exactly happened. Someone called 911 yesterday morning asking for help on a medical call at 38th and Teller. A shots fired call came in just a few minutes later. Police have not said what happened, but this morning they are looking for a red Chevy Silverado between the 2003 and 2007 model years. They're asking anyone with information to call Wheat Ridge Police or Crime Stoppers. Two men in Boulder are facing felony charges after being accused of giving drugs and vapes to students in exchange for sexual acts and money.
Now, prosecutors believe the suspects may have done this to other children. The investigation started with a report from a school resource officer. The district attorney's office in Boulder says that helped law enforcement uncover a drug dealing operation where a 22-year-old man was targeting middle and high school students. Angel Gomez Rubio faces 19 felony charges, including human trafficking of a minor, sexual assault, and sexual exploitation of a child, as well as drug distribution charges. The Boulder County Sheriff's Office says they also arrested an accomplice, Fernando Pacheco, who is also accused of human trafficking and sexual assault.
These kids are victims. They did nothing wrong, and that's why we're going to do our very best to fight for them and support them throughout this process.
The DA strongly believes there are other victims out there. They're encouraging those children and their families to give police a call.
This morning, the Cortez Police Department is mourning one of their own after someone shot and killed an officer. The department identified that fallen police officer as Sergeant Michael Moran. Last night, flags were at half-staff in southwest Colorado to honor him. Police say that Moran tried to pull over a car southwest of Cortez yesterday morning. The people inside that car opened fire. Other officers got into a gun battle with the suspects. One died and they arrested the other. Moran died at the hospital. He served as a Marine and had been with the Cortez Police Department for more than 10 years. He leaves behind 2 daughters.
The 2 paramedics charged in the death of Elijah McClain told jurors 2 very different versions of what happened that night during their opening statements. Their attorneys blamed the police. Officers stopped McClain in August 2019 after a 911 caller reported he seemed sketchy. He was not armed. He was not breaking the law. Police subdued him. Paramedics injected him with the sedative ketamine, and he died days later. The 2 paramedics, Jeremy Cooper and Peter Kachuniak, faced charges of reckless manslaughter and assault. Yesterday, prosecutors argued they violated protocol by not assessing McClain's medical condition before injecting him. The defense argued police misled the paramedics by saying McClain had superhuman strength and was acting aggressive.
They're being told by law enforcement that this person has been fighting. They're being told that he has superhuman strength. They're being told he went for a gun. They're being told that he's completely nonsensical.
Now, in the first trial related to McClain's death, a jury convicted 1 officer and acquitted another. A 3rd officer was acquitted by a different jury in the second trial. If the jury convicts them, Cooper and Kachuniak face probation or up to 16 years in prison. The trial is expected to continue this morning.
The city of Denver is trying to get shelter to 1,000 people by the end of the year.
At the same time, the city is kicking migrants out of shelters when they hit their time limit, with some of those people ending up in homeless encampments. We spoke with Mayor Mike Johnston yesterday about how the city is addressing both issues at the same time. Johnston stresses that the long-term homeless population and migrants have different needs, but said that migrants living in encampments are eligible to move into the city's hotels for people on the streets.
We've not prioritized them in that housing unit because many of the needs are different. I think when we have people that are the migrants that have arrived, they generally need 2 things. They'll need housing, they'll need workforce, and they usually need a very much shorter term stay to be able to get access to those things. So we have a separate set of transitional shelters or hotel units we've used for people that are migrants. If we have people that are on the streets and are in encampments and we're trying to get them housed, we're not going to discriminate against people based on their arrival origin. We're going to try to get everyone off the streets into housing.
The full conversation with Mayor Johnston is on the next YouTube channel, where Johnston says that his housing effort can't be described as a failure even if it doesn't reach its goals. Former Secretary of State Henry Kissinger has died. A statement from his firm says he died yesterday at his home in Connecticut. He served as National Security Advisor and Secretary of State under Presidents Richard Nixon and Gerald Ford. Kissinger received a Nobel Peace Prize for helping arrange the end of U.S. military involvement in the Vietnam War. He was also the target of critics who called his war methods harsh and unrelenting. Kissinger was 100 years old.
Family and close friends have said their final goodbyes to former First Lady Rosalind Carter. Funeral services were held at the Carter's home church in Georgia yesterday. Former President Carter, who has been in hospice care since February, attended the service. The Carter's children, grandchildren, and pastor shared eulogies about Rosalind's life, including her dedication to service and advocacy. After the funeral, the former First Lady was laid to rest in a private graveside ceremony.
Former President Donald Trump is skipping the fourth GOP primary presidential debate next week in Alabama. The move comes as no surprise since he's passed on attending the previous three as well. Instead, Trump will attend a MAGA fundraiser in Florida on December 6th, while four primary opponents take to the debate stage. Right now, the Colorado Department of Education is working on launching a new program to help adults finish their high school education for free. Our Anusha Roy joins us now. And Anusha, who exactly is eligible to enroll in this program?
Jordan, this is for anyone who is 21 years and older. Maybe they didn't finish high school or they don't have a GED. And the idea is that by the end of the program, you're walking away with a high school diploma and a credential to boost your chances of landing a job. So right now, the state is preparing to partner with a nonprofit to roll this program out. They're going to be announcing who that is sometime in January. First classes expected to start by summer of 2024. The Department of Education thinks that this will have the biggest impacts on certain communities, including folks from 25 to 45 years old, women of color, and folks who are lower income and facing barriers in the traditional K-12 system.
So in some form or fashion have not felt successful, have not felt the ability to be seen in an education system for whatever reason. And so hopefully that we can provide a space where they are seen and heard and valued.
The program is building on other adult education programs that are already here in Colorado. It is designed so that you can enroll regardless of criminal history or immigration status. The thing, though, is that only 400 people can be enrolled at once, but in Colorado, there are 300,000 people who haven't finished their high school education. State lawmakers set aside $5 million in the state budget so that students aren't paying tuition. That money is expected to last through July of 2026. After that, Jordan, leading up to that point, it's going to be up to lawmakers if they continue this program or not.
You know, Anusha, it feels like this has been a long time coming. I feel like we've heard whispers of people wanting something like this for quite some time now.
Yeah, and I think that really reached the Capitol during this last session. And one of the things is also about the number of open jobs versus what kind of education you need to be able to qualify for those jobs. So they're really trying to bridge that right now.
All right, Anusha, we appreciate your reporting. Thank you.
And one thing you want to know about the weather, we have a little storm system passing to the south of us. Mainly that will kick off some clouds into the area and also some snow for the higher elevations and cooler temperatures today. From Aurora all the way north to Fort Collins and Greeley, we have temperatures only in the 30s to around 40 degrees today.
And no issues this morning. If you're taking I-25 to I-225, those east and westbound lanes, it's going to be a nice 9-minute drive, and those speed times are coming in at 64 miles per hour. No crashes to report along that area.
Well, Denver's train to the ski slopes is coming back next year. The Amtrak Winter Park Express will start running for the season on January 12th. The train between Union Station and the base of slopes at Winter Park Resort will do 40 round trips this winter, and that is 7 more than last year. It'll run every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday through the end of March. But you've got to get up early. That train leaves Denver at 7 a.m. and it leaves Winter Park at 4:30 p.m., excuse me. Tickets are on sale right now.